What's up, my beer bros? Maine-iac here with November 29th game picks and spread predictions. Because, we do it every day. Because we do it fairly well. But don't look at yesterday, okay? We did awful. We did really bad. Try to predict some upsets, and they didn't happen, and it kind of fucked us. It kind of fucked us hard. First game tonight, we have the Suns at the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are favored by 11.5 here. They should win with relative ease. I like Andre Drummond in this matchup, even though the Suns have Greg Monroe. I believe Drummond is a good fit. I think he gets 20 points and 15 rebounds. And look for him to be the X factor in this one. I think they cover the 11.5 point spread as well. Then we have the Thunder at Magic. Both teams have 8 wins and double-digit losses. The Thunder are favored on the road here by 6.5 points. I like the matchups of Carmelo, Paul George, and Adams against Vucevic, Biyombo, and them. But I think the Thunder have this one in the bag. I think they cover. The difference maker is going to be Russell Westbrook, like it usually is. Then at 7 o'clock on NBA TV, well, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, we have the 11-9 Washington Wizards against the 11-8 76ers. I think the 76ers win this one at home. They're favored by 5.5. I think they win and cover. The difference maker here is going to be the lack of John Wall. It's not going to be so much someone on the 76ers, although if it is, if I have to pick someone, it's going to be Embiid. But the lack of John Wall to guard Ben Simmons could be what's the difference maker here. And then this game's actually funny. We have the 10-10 Heat against the 10-10 Knicks. Heat are favored by 2 here, but I'm going to take the Knicks at home in the upset. I like Porzingis. I picked them last time, and they failed. So, screw you, Knicks. But, you know what? They're not a bad team, so I'm going to pick them. Then we have the Hornets, who are 8-11 at the 12-7 Raptors. The Raptors should win this one easily at home. They're favored by 7.5. I'm going to pick them to win and cover. Then we have the Pacers at Rockets, which is an intriguing matchup to say the least. Pacers are 12-9, Rockets are 16-4. Harden already has experience guarding Oladipo from the time that he played with OKC. So I'm thinking the Rockets should have this one in the bag. They're favored by 12. It might be a difficult cover because the Pacers are a scrappy team, but I do think they cover. But it's a be wary kind of cover. It's like be cautious. Then we have the Timberwolves at Pelicans. This game is interesting for sure. It's like the battle of the big men game. We have the Timberwolves at the Pelicans. Timberwolves 12-9, Pelicans 11-9. Pelicans are favored by 5.5. We have Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins against Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. But I think the X factor in this one's going to be Jrue Holiday. I like him at point guard. I've liked him for a few years. He's a solid point guard. His only problem really is durability and a slight lack of scoring. I think the Pelicans win this and cover. And like I said, I look for Jrue Holiday to be the X factor. Then we have the Nets, Mavericks. Nets are 7-13. Mavericks are 5-16. Dallas is favored by 5.5 in this one. The 5-win Mavericks are favored in a game by 5.5. I never thought this would happen. I'm so happy. This one, honestly, could be a crapshoot either way. I want to look for the Mavericks to win, and the X factor in this one, I believe, is going to be Dennis Smith Jr. He should be able to utilize the lack of depth at the guard position of the Nets, especially with D'Angelo Russell out. Also, Harrison Barnes should have a good game in this one. Then we have the Grizzlies at Spurs. Spurs handily going to take this one, favored by 8. I think they win by 20. They don't have a lot of really, really, really good players. They have a couple of really good players. But Grizzlies, new head coach, Gasol's playing like shit. No Connolly. I think Grizzlies just collapse. It's gonna be awful. And then we have one of the best matchups of the young NBA season, just for storyline wise, at 10:30 p.m. on NBA TV. Well, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. We have the 15-6 Golden State Warriors against the 8-12 Los Angeles Lakers. Warriors are favored by 11 here. Now, what makes this matchup so interesting, at least to me, is the crap that LeVar Ball, and I'm not saying Ball as in like, oh, like basketball or his last name. I'm saying LeVar Ball as in the action of excessively crying, because he a little bitch. I'm kidding. Actually, LeVar Ball is a charismatic individual who gets carried away sometimes. He's a very enthusiastic person. He's not a bad guy, he's just annoying. There's a small difference, but there's a difference. His son, good basketball player, good facilitator, good rebounder. But earlier in the spring, if you're familiar with basketball, or summer, I should say, he came out with a statement saying that his son LeVar, not even drafted yet, not even playing for a team yet, is already better than Steph Curry. Yet, out of the qualified players in the NBA with a minimum 75 shot attempts, Lonzo Ball, I keep calling him LeVar because he's just basically his father's puppet. Currently, he'll grow out of that. Has the worst shot percentage, which I looked at that stat and that honestly surprises me. I was expecting Marcus Smart to have the worst shot percentage of anybody who shot 75 times. Warriors should decimate the Lakers, and I'm talking about decimate. You have Kuzma against Draymond. I don't think Kuzma's ready for that shit. You have Pachulia against Lopez. Pachulia is younger, slightly more athletic. He might have the advantage there. Then you have Kevin Durant against Ingram, and that's not even fair. You have possibly one of the top two greatest players in the NBA right now guarding a guy who's struggling in his sophomore year. Then you have Steph Curry on Lonzo Ball, who can't shoot the ball for shit. And then you have Klay Thompson, who is also really good against. It honestly, even though the Warriors are favored by 11 points here, they should win by close to 30. I think what they should do is use this game as a statement game. Silent LeVar, silent Lonzo, and prove to you guys, even though you're hampered by injuries and stuff like that, you're still the best team in the league. You're still the most athletic team in the league, the most dominant team in the league, the best scoring team in the league, the best shooting team in the league. Prove that what you are. That way, when later on in the year or in a couple weeks, when you do need to rest people, it's like, we can rest people because it doesn't matter, because we'll just beat LeBron again. That kind of thing. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to SPL at the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.